Hiya, hope everyone's okay. I just wanted to talk to you a bit more about my narcissistic relationship. Um, One of the really, really big signs um, of this was pretty much from the beginning. The sex was very, very intense and it was just crazy. It was like I've never experienced before. Um, he was like, "This is the most amazing sex I've ever had in my life. Um, no one's ever made me feel like, this intense in the bedroom." And, that's a big compliment. Any girl's going to be like, wow, I'm doing amazing things to this person. But this is another red flag sign of a narcissistic relationship. They are obsessive with sex and they almost get, well, I suppose they get a thrill out of it. Um, they are hyper sexual people. You don't see it because when you're in the honeymoon stage or you're all loved up, you think, this is normal, this is great. But, as the relationship starts to go along, you notice that the foreplay stops and it's all about just basically one thing. And that this is a big red flag sign because narcissists, there is no emotion. They don't feel what we feel. There is no emotional attachment. It's all a charade. It's all a farce. And it's that the mask starts to slip off. But this was a big thing for me because it was very, very intense. And again, I was thinking, this isn't normal. This doesn't flow right with me. So this is another big sign. Also, my ex was very materialistic. Everything was designer. Everything had to be perfect. The bigger the better. I had to have the best of everything. And he fed his ego through that. He fed his ego through me. Um, and he wanted power. He wanted control. His whole life was one big act. And the people around it are people that basically are feeding their ego. They're like pawns in his little narcissistic game, that you just use to get basically what a narcissist wants, and they just want to be this like powerful, controlling person, you know, um, big thing. And, it is like nice to spend days in bed with someone, but
It's not normal. And, if you feel like something isn't right, again, always listen to your gut feeling. And I always knew from the start of it, there's just something wasn't sitting right. Something was weird. And, another thing they tend to do is erratic behaviour. So one day, everything's amazing. They're like, you feel like the centre of their world. And next day, it's just gone in a flash. And it's like, you think to yourself, where's this person gone? One minute, like, I'm the love of their life. And the next day, they couldn't care less about you. And it's constant conflicting behaviour. And it's designed to just kind of mess with your head, and you're constantly thinking, what is going on? Is this normal? Because from the start, I would think this is just not a normal relationship. Another thing I notice is whenever I wanted to have a sit down talk, discuss with my partner, where are we going? What do you see happening in the future? There was always excuses why he couldn't talk. It was always a problem. Now, men don't like talking. We all know that. But, when I'd ask him certain questions, they would always divert back onto me. So if I said to him, I'm not happy in a relationship, he would say, instead of answering that question, he would say, well, there's no point in me answering it because you've just said you're not happy in the relationship. What can I do? What can I do to fix it? So he was very good at diverting questions. And that's what they do. It's all about,
basically playing with your head, playing with your mind, and you start to think that you're the crazy person. You start to question, is it me? There's nothing wrong in this relationship. This is a normal relationship. I shouldn't be questioning it. And it goes on and on and on, and your head gets more and more messed up. You're very, very clever at game playing. So that's just a little bit more into some more red flags of a narcissist, and I will be back with another video very, very soon.